Hi everybody, this is Lucas here, Health Supercharger, also known on YouTube. I wanted to touch bases with you. It's been a while since I made a video with me in it. But I wanted to touch bases and talk about our biological food. Now this video is for people that are basically either woken up or they are just about waking up. Basically the people that are still in the matrix, still influenced by the governments and corporations, industries. This is not a video for those people, but this is to help those people that are basically wanting to realize new levels of health and different ways of living um, than what is normally perceived in the world. So I want to talk to you about our human biological food or nutrition. You could call it diet, but I don't like that word too much because it has all kinds of other meanings or perceptions. And I wanted to say that every species on this planet has their own biological food, nutrition. And all this food has certain criteria, basically, how we could define it. First of all, this food is number one, attractive substance on earth for them, for their consumption to their senses. So in other words, they're highly attracted to eating this food. So, you will find a lot of species eat their own food with no problems, with lots of luster and lots of desire, and there's no issues. No cooking needed, no spicing needed, no marinating needed, no nothing needed. They eat it as is. Now, when it comes to people, what do you think is the most appealing food with no question, no doubt to human consumption? And I'm not talking about small, tiny volumes or condiment. I'm talking about full meals. 2, 3, 4 pounds, depending on the size of your body. And to answer that is basically tropical fruits and perhaps tender green leafy vegetables as a complement. But as a main staple food, it is tropical fruits. Now, let's go to topic 2, or definition or criteria 2. So it's the most appealing food. Number 2, it is the most biologically efficient and easy for our digestive system to extract nutrition from. You don't need to cook it. You don't need to marinate it. You don't need to fry it. You don't need to do anything with it. You can eat it as is. You can eat a whole meal. It won't hurt you. You'll be satiated. Nobody ever complained to me about eating mangoes or bananas, especially when they're tropical, local, tropical fruits and mature, fully ripe. So not like most fruit up north, which is many days old, if not few weeks old, and it has been picked early. So what does that mean? It's been picked unfinished. It hasn't been finished. It hasn't been completely finished by the plants because it's been stolen early. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about, is that no species on this planet needs to refine their food or do anything with their food. So this is another belief. If you're having a hard time believing that we are frugivores, fruit eaters, then I want you to think about it this way, logically. It's the most appealing food to our senses. Everybody likes juicy. Everybody likes sweet. Everybody likes flavorful. Everybody likes colorful foods. And now we're talking about it's the easiest on our digestive system. You're not going to be burdening your digestive system. You're not going to be wasting a lot of your vitality digesting a steak 4, 5, 6 hours in your digestive system. Trying to get a small percentage of nutrition from that, along with all the contamination that's in it. So everybody knows that by far tropical fruits that are ripe are the easiest substance on earth for us to eat as a meal volume and get nutrition for our body. So here we have two factors already. Third one, what could that be? Nutrition. It's loaded with lots of nutrition. Everybody knows, every doctor will tell you that fruits are healthy. Fruits are loaded with nutrients, vitamins, enzymes, coenzymes, fiber, water, you name it. Lots and lots and thousands of nutrients, literally. So they'll tell you it's very healthy. Well, what if we ate mostly fruits? Perhaps some vegetables. Yeah, something to think about. Something to think about. Fruits are calorie by calorie one of the highest sources of vitamins and minerals. And they're very high in water content. They're very high in digestive enzymes. And they're pre-ripe for us already. So if you want to have very strong, powerful absorption, assimilation, very efficient nutrition, then I would highly recommend fruits, tropical fruits, ripe tropical fruits which are mature, not stolen early 6 weeks or 4 weeks or 3 weeks and then let to ripen and become soft, but actually find the colorful tropical fruits. You have to cherry pick for those, but it can be done. So those are three criteria that I mentioned, and every species on their planet, on this planet, has their species-specific nutrition, and this does not vary depending on where they are. So, in other words, if you are a sheep, no matter where on earth you go, your diet is the same. Your anatomy doesn't change, therefore your nutrition doesn't change. And another thing, fourth thing I'd like you to think about, if you're having doubts about this fact, because the billions of dollars that the bankers, the governments, the industries, and the universities have spent educating us in the school system for many, many decades, trillionaires are controlling this planet right now. Mostly. Mostly. And you can either play into their cards or you can step outside the matrix and play into your cards. So I want you to think about that. Your anatomy is millions of years old. Your evolution is millions of years old. Doesn't matter what happened in the last 10,000 years ago, 20,000 years ago. That is such a small, insignificant amount. And if you think that cooked foods are more appealing than the ripe tropical fruit, well then do a comparison. Take a dragon fruit that's beautiful and colorful, cut it in half, and compare it to a soup or something like that or whatever. I'm not saying that high carbohydrate, whole food which are slightly cooked like potatoes and rice and carrots and yams and whatever else is not healthy. I actually eat a fair bit of that as well. But I try to cook it as little as possible. And I'm finding that it helps me maintain a bigger body mass and more energy and easier meals with less acidity because a lot of our fruits, remember, up here in the north, are picked early and are ripened on the truck and basically are not the same as if you were in the tropics and you were to pick them yourself or somebody qualified picked them who knew when to pick them. The fruit will be quite different. So to get those calories without dissolving your teeth or damaging your mouth due to high acidity of unripe immature fruits, it is, in my opinion, recommended to eat carbohydrate-rich, slightly cooked foods like potatoes, yams, winter squashes which are nice and sweet, perhaps some cabbage, whatever you like, perhaps some rice, and etc. And still, to have fruit as a massive component of your nutrition is important, especially whenever you feel for it, go for it. So anyways, hopefully if you're sitting on the fence, this fourth criteria will help you that are closest cousins in nature. There is such a thing as in nature the law of similars. If you are similar to a sheep, then your anatomy is most likely similar. Therefore, your nutrition is most likely similar. Like a horse and a cow and a sheep will eat very similar things. And they have a very similar digestive anatomy. Not the same, but very similar. Much more similar than, for example, the foliivores, like a giraffe or a panda bear. Definitely much closer than a carnivore. So anyway, so you have, if you don't believe in the frugivore, in the frugivore digestive system that we have, look at the laws of similar, the closest species on Earth to us, the bonobo, the chimpanzees, the orangutans, to some degree the gorillas, the gibbons, and the simon, the lesser apes. They have the same digestive system. Food is the most attractive substance on earth to have full meals of. Food is the most easiest for our anatomy to absorb, to digest, to assimilate, and to eliminate. And it also hydrates us. And fruit also is the most nutritious, one of the most nutritious for us. It mimics our human nutrition needs, the closest to. And it has one of the highest nutrition per calories. So not only is it very easy and efficient to absorb the nutrition, but calorie for calorie, assuming you're eating enough volume, you're going to have the most amount of nutrition. I'm not even talking about the fact that when you're cooking, you're destroying nutrition. Even if we weren't cooking meats and other stuff, even then, fruits would be better. But when they're cooked, all this stuff, fruits excel even more because you're getting fresh nutrition that's not being damaged. So, if these 4 criteria that I've explained to you do not mean much to you and do not help you to eat fruits as a staple food, then right now you're not ready.